Today on the Stay at Home Chef, I'm showing you how to make sour cream coffee cake muffins. Now, before anyone gets mad at me, let's talk about the name coffee cake for a second. It's a bit of a misnomer because there is no coffee in coffee cake. It's a cake that's meant to be served alongside coffee, which is where it gets its name. So nobody get mad at me. There is no coffee in coffee cake and there isn't supposed to be. I am making this correctly. Now, this is a sour cream based coffee cake which adds a ton of moisture, and we're doing it in muffin form today, which makes a great sweet treat to start your morning. You'll start by preheating your oven, and you'll want to line a muffin tin with little muffin liners. First, we're going to make our streusel topping, and we'll start with half a cup of butter that you've cut into cubes, and you want that butter to be cold. Then you're going to add in a cup of flour, a cup of brown sugar, half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and half a teaspoon of salt. Then we're going to use a pastry cutter to cut this all together. The streusel topping is my favorite part of coffee cake muffins. I could eat this stuff with a spoon. Now, if you don't have a pastry cutter, you can also use two knives and just cut it together, crisscross them so they cut against each other. And what you're doing is looking to just cut all this butter in with the flour and sugar until it's like little tiny small pebbles. You can see that the mixture is getting all sandy looking, and that's exactly what we're going for. It almost looks like beach sand. Now, you could also make this streusel topping in a food processor using the S-blade, and it'll process and turn to sand just like that. Next, we're going to move on to making our batter. The batter starts with half a cup of softened butter this time, a cup of sour cream, 2 eggs, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, half a cup of white granulated sugar, and half a cup of brown sugar. Then use a hand mixer to cream this all together. It should take about 30 seconds of mixing at a medium speed to get that nice and creamy. Then we're going to start adding in our dry ingredients, starting with all-purpose flour. You'll need 1 3/4 cup of the flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And we just mix this in. You only want to mix that until the flour is just combined. Next, we're ready to fill our muffin cups. Spoon your batter right in, and you want to fill it about 2/3 of the way full. And then top each muffin with some of that streusel topping. And I use about a heaping tablespoon per muffin. This streusel topping is definitely my favorite part. Now, you should have enough batter and topping to make about 24 muffins. So you'll either need 2 muffin tins, or you can just be like me and bake them one at a time and refill it when it's done. So next, we'll bake these in a 350-degree oven for about 25 minutes. Or until you can insert a toothpick into the center and it comes out clean. You'll want to remove these from the pan and let them cool completely on a wire rack, although they are still pretty good served warm. Thanks for watching. You can find the full written recipe in the video description. Be sure to subscribe and check out the rest of my channel, where you can find hundreds of restaurant quality recipes you can easily make at home. See you later.